to your favorite TV program, The Legislature. The Legislature is a weekly program that spotlights effort of lawmakers, which is aimed at adding value to the well-being of their constituents. Our guest on the program today is the Majority Leader of the Benue State House of Assembly, Honorable Saater. Come with me. Distinguished Honorable Sir, you are welcome to our weekly program, The Legislator.
Thank you.
Uh, Sir, can you share with us, as a member of the House of Assembly, what motivated you to pick a career in politics?
First, my name is Comrade Saater Tiseer. I represent the good people of Benue State constituency, and by the grace of God, I'm majority of the Benue State 10th Assembly. My zeal to become a politician, particularly aspiring to be a lawmaker, is built out of my concern to make contributions. As a young man growing up, my parents were so endowed, but the material issues were not very well. So I wanted to go to school. I need to go and check my records. I was brilliant at school, nearly a first class student. But progressing was a bit a problem. So I began to ask myself, if an innocent child wants to go to school, brilliant at it, I cannot take on because the predicament of his parents. What's his fault? And then I started reading books, particularly when I was in the secondary school. I started reading books to know about society. And I realized that there's one professor of Benue, I think, not a renowned writer so much, but he wrote about government. And he said that men discovered in history the limitations of living as individuals because life was not fun or enjoyable by each other, everybody to himself. So they realized and they all sacrificed and submitted their will and strength to collective individuals to protect those who are weak and to reduce the strength of those who are extremely very powerful for the benefit of all. So I felt that I didn't see that in the society. I now took a decision going on forward, growing up, I should be in a place to promote government. And to cap it off, I read the book How to Win Election by Professor Benue. Still in my quest for knowledge. And then describe a politician as a consistent citizen who want to do something about the sorry state of the nation. That actually caught my attention because I had a sorry situation. And I felt many other people like me in the village and elsewhere who have had the same problem. Then I felt the best way to go in was to become a politician so I can have something to say about what is going on. And so that's what the motivation. And since then I started seeking it. In fact, I opted for politics because when I was young, I wanted to join. Then was not the military that was reigning. I wanted to join the Nigerian army. And my whole thing was, okay, if you go to the military, you can do coup, take over government, kill people, correct situations and all that. But before I would grow up fully, there was democracy. And politics was an option. Best to add your voice and then to have something to say about the situation in the country, which is what I do.
Okay, so could you also describe the main responsibilities and duties that come with being a legislator?
There are official responsibilities. Legislation is done on the floor, lawmaking and policy, laws and policies, and their representation to make sure that people back in constituency are very well taken care of, are not left out in the scheme of things. And then you also pull programs and government projects to them and to ensure that they live very well. These are two basic things. But in a society like we are, like third world, you have personal interventions. I think that's where the challenge is. There are too many people poor, and just very few people who are actually getting some means to live. and you have to share these meals with them. And there is a limit. There's not a limit to it. There are a lot of demands, and it takes your courage and everything to try to sacrifice a lot. So this is the basic challenge in a third world country. That's where it is about making good policies and making sure your community is very well represented at the scheme of things in but we have a third challenge here because of the level of poverty, and particularly the attitude of people, maybe because of lack of orientation. They believe that as a politician, you have somewhere you get money and then you come and share. And they don't care whether that is inhibiting your job, whether it rubs on your morals and performance to try to do some things right. So that's the challenge we have here basically.
Share with us also, sir. What initiatives are you focused on presently as a representative of the people?
Back home in the constituency, I gave them one promise. I gave them a promise that I'm going to mobilize them together because I feel that we are better and stronger together. And how to mobilize them is that government, I believe, over time has failed to manage citizens, to manage business. So with the American introduction of capitalism, it is everybody for himself. So it's like the government is only protecting a particular class of people. Most of the people down the grassroots are just, you know, they don't have medical care that is good, they don't have good education, they don't even have security. All these things they cater for themselves. So I told them that when I come here, I will mobilize them into cooperatives and associations at their levels so they can, maybe if God blesses me, I'll get seed money for them. So let them operate in what is called in our language local bank. Call it bank. You save and borrow money conveniently at better conditions than the banks will give you to pursue your programs and businesses, as particularly they are farmers. You farm and then pay this amount over time. You reduce their over depending on politics and politicians. So this was basically what I put. Back here, I have seen a lot at the state in the floor. I've seen a lot of gaps. When I came in here, in fact, the first law, individual law that the state has passed, I did it. That is a law. I captioned it Benue Public Partnership Promotion Bill. But with a lot of input at the committee level, it was now Christian Benue Investment Promotion and Management. I'm a property management now. This is going to allow people to come and invest. Because people who want to invest in Benue do not have a framework to leverage on. So it depends on you. You are afraid I can invest now, and when the government change, then I will be sent out. So the investment is not secure. But with this law, they will engage government based on the law available. It doesn't matter which regime is in power. So that's one of the things we expected that will facilitate the flux of investors, foreign and domestic elsewhere, so they can come and galvanize the potentials we have here to create jobs and grow the economy. So that's what I've been doing. I have also another bill which is Benue Orientation Agency Bill. It's at the third reading now at the committee level. I expected that if it is passed, we have a lot of ignorance. And Bible says that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's what God says. So this will have to, give people orientation, expand the scope of orientation to even market and family level and both in the rural areas. It won't be the same thing that the National Orientation Agency is doing on television, which chunk of our population is not don't have access to televisions and some other gadgets. They will take it manually there to the villages and the market to teach people what is their responsibility before government responsibility to them. So we will have a better security. It would have even enhanced our security awareness so that we will not have issues of insecurity again. The whole mark of development of a state or society is based on how understanding, how aware the people are. So that was going to serve in that direction. And there are other up to five bills that are proposed. And my colleagues also have a number of bills that we're going to And I feel that when we put this framework on the ground, the government, particularly the executive, which implement, will leverage on, and then we can have a better way going forward.
This is just a follow-up question, sir. How do you prioritize and address the needs and concerns of your constituents within your legislative assignment?
Well, we first, before you know what is good for a person, in a democracy, we are required to do consultations, to engage them. So when you engage them, and then you know the needs of the constituency cannot be achieved particularly by individual alone. You need government backup. So all this I'm doing, my priority is the needs of my constituency. Whether it is in water, the B that I've said investment promotion, water is a problem. Assuming they need water, there are people who will be ready to come, at least in urban centers, to create water facilities for them, and they will pay for. So we know that we know their needs, and everything we are doing is tailored to them. So the constituents are a priority. That's the priority. We prioritize them, we give them first attention before any other thing. There are bills you have that have direct bearing to the people, and there are bills that just shape government for the areas and somehow within. So we are giving particular attention to those bills that will give life to the people at the constituencies more.
If you are just joining me, our guest on the program so far has been Distinguished Honorable Saater, the Majority Leader of the 10th Benue State House of Assembly. Honorable Sir, uh, how do you collaborate with other members of the State House of Assembly across different political parties to achieve consensus?
Well, in the House, we do not have political parties. We have members who are interested in representing their people. Let me sound this note that political parties are just platforms for people to come. It depends on what the individual has to offer. So when we come in there, we all represent the people. Our concern is to make the people better. So, and the House works in committees. We work also as a committee of whole on the plenary. You cannot do the job alone. Even in the committees, you have 1, 2, 3, or you have about at least 4 in one committee. You need consensus of everybody to actually get your ideas passed forward. So what we do is that we understand each other. We know the other person's needs. We know our needs, and we look at how we prioritize it. Is one key function, like one key campaign promise that I made. I told them that every decision that is going to affect them must be decided by them. And what I do is I do this through constituency briefings, and I organize them frequently to get people. First, we do to a particular class of people, individuals who have knowledge of what the society should be. And then we go to the pool of people, the masses who are there. I have organized at least more than 3 so far that since I came in. When it was time for appointments, I asked them which appointments they were looking at, where the appointments would go, and I came back, we did the same thing. In fact, my local government has 2 commissioners, first in time, first in history, so the creation of the state is because we worked collaboratively and we gave governors the support. We know where to go and get what we want, and then everything I'm doing, I consult them in meetings, I consult them individually, I consult them collectively, so that we can be on one page because I'm representing them. There is a notion that people need to understand. As a representative, you are a messenger. Your bosses are the ones who voted for you. So you can't take a decision and tell your boss. The decision should be coming from your boss to you. When they cry, you know you have the instrument to try to make their cries into something. And then you push it forward, and it becomes a decision that will affect them and all and sundry. So that's the way we do to try to get
Reforms or changes that you believe
So far, the rules we have are sufficient. And there is one power that we have that many other people don't have. We have powers to regulate our business ourselves. So you don't need to settle down rules further. When we go to the house and we say, okay, well, we want to sit, like normally, the rules say that you can sit between 7 to 4 p.m. Once we want to sit 10 p.m., we can just call ourselves and say, okay, can we suspend this rule so we can sit and do business? It's just for those who want it to say yeah, those who say to say no. So we can we formulate our rules the way we feel society should go and the way our service will be effective. So for now, we are comfortable and we have enough rules and laws that back us. The code doesn't stop assembly business, so we don't have limitations. We don't have limitations. If an assembly fails, they fail because they lack ideas. There are no limitations.
last maintaining accountability and transparency as a member of the assembly and as a leader of the house?
Um, the whole government engagement is based on transparency. If we should have an orderly society, what we have, the problems we have now are problems of impatience, greed, and a lot of others. As a person, I'm very contented, particularly to the extent at which I get my pursuits. I don't try to go outside the lines of conventional lines of pursuit. As a legislator, you are supposed to live above board because you are the first point of transparency. You are going to do oversight on people who have votes in government. So you must first purge yourself of all ills and corruption before you go forward. So every of us try to live within this limit of transparency. We are transparent, particularly we don't have so much overhead with us. We are paid and we are given allowances. And you can't steal what you don't have. So within this, we try to at least make sure as a leader, I'm a connect between the executive and the legislative. So whatever is meant for my colleagues, I give to them. Whatever is meant to be given to government, we make sure that it goes. So we don't have any corruption problem. And we are transparent, and that's what we are pushing. We are pushing to try to see that government business is done clean for the benefit of the people who are majority in the villages and the cities.
Thank you very much for your time with us.
Thank